What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from, the Jeremy Hambly channel. If you're used to seeing me on other channels, make sure you're subscribed to this one because this is my personal channel that I use to be a little more uncensored, a little more cut loose a little bit more. Perhaps the biggest scandal in American history has potentially been solved. Many people have talked about for many years now the potential, who was the person on J6 to leave that pipe device? Who was that person? Well, the Blaze thinks they know who it is, and they claim it is actually a Capitol Police officer. This is potentially the biggest scandal ever, and we're going to go through all their evidence right now. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in on this Saturday. By the way, I do want to give a huge shout out to my coffee company, USA Made, not dropship garbage like everyone else. Thanksgiving's coming up. Maybe you don't drink coffee, but I'm going to challenge you to bring coffee with you to your family's home. Bring the gift of coffee. People will absolutely love it. And look at all the flavors we have in stock. We have all of our non-flavored stuff, light roast, dark roast, medium roast, right? Then we have bourbon. We have spiked jack-o'-lantern, blueberry cobbler, butterscotch toffee, apple strudel, our fall roast maple cream, hot butter rum, vanilla sugar cookie, blackberry cream, tiger's blood, gingerbread. I highly recommend for this holiday the hot butter rum, vanilla sugar cookie, or maple cream, or apple strudel. I mean, they're all so good. We also have K-Cups available too. Both will be linked in the description below. It directly supports the channel. We make about $1 or so per order, but you get free overnight shipping because we use Amazon to fulfill our orders too. So check that out. Breaking news: the Blaze claims that the J6, the famed J6 pipe bomber, is actually former Capitol Police officer Shawnee Kirkhoff. Kirkhoff's job changed in mid-2021. Now she happens to work for the CIA, according to reporter Steve Baker. Kirkhoff was the government's first witness in its case against J6er Guy Reffitt. So this is just more information that potentially J6 was an inside job, according to Steve Baker. Now, I think it's important to point out, these are his claims, not my claims, but this might be the biggest scandal in conspiracy in American history. Many heroes were involved in bringing this to light. So we can name in the coming days. Some who want no recognition. There's much more yet to be told. This is crazy. Rand Paul weighed in on this. He wrote, "This is the biggest scandal of my lifetime. Steve Baker did what an $11 billion agency, the FBI, could not do, or worse yet, covered up. He identified the J6 pipe bomber, and she wasn't working alone. Kash Patel needs to make a statement tomorrow when this breaks." I mean, this is absolutely massive. A computer program that compared the suspect's gait, their walking gait, to Shawnee Kirkhoff produced a 94% match. Forensic analysis of a female former U.S. Capitol Police officer's gait, which is how they walk, how they move, is a 94 to 98% match for the unique stride of the long-sought J6 pipe bomb suspect, according to Blaze News. Investigation confirmed by several intelligence sources. A source close to congressional investigation of J6 additionally told the Blaze that evidence has emerged that pointed towards a law enforcement possibly being involved in planting the devices. They were effing in on it. I can't tell you how massive this is. This is absolutely massive. Almost as massive as the praise you're going to get from going to coffeebrandcoffee.com and just going to shop coffee, or I'll leave a link in the description below. Sorry, end of the year, big push to really get people to try our stuff, and I hope you're going to try it out. CIA spokeswoman Liz Lyons stated that a subject worked in campus security. Kirkhoff's resident in Alexandria, Virginia, appeared to be under the watch of law enforcement officers late Friday night. Blaze News editor-in-chief Christopher Bedford was pulled over by local police after stopping to observe the home. He was then allowed to leave. The FBI, which failed to solve the case in nearly 5 years because apparently, according to this article, they were in on it, but indicated that it was closing in after the Blaze News brought its investigation to intelligence sources, was feet from the Falls Church address of the suspect days after J6, according to Blaze News investigation. The former FBI special agent Kyle Seraphin realized Friday that he was doing surveillance next door to the woman now suspected of being the J6 Terry. The FBI put us one door away from this individual within just days of January 6th, and we were deliberately pulled away for no logical reason or logically investigative reason, Seraphin told the Blaze on Friday. And everything about this tells me that they were involved in a cover-up and have been since day one. They were in on it, Seraphin said. He proposed doing a knock and talk at the door of the Air Force civilian employee whose address was tied to a vehicle that picked up the suspect in Falls Church, VA on January 5th, 2021. Seraphin's team spent 2 days watching the man, but Seraphin's request to go face-to-face with the person of interest was denied. The team was pulled off the case the same night, he said. Seraphin said he'd given the same details publicly since 2021. There's a personal reaction to it, which is the complete vindication of things I've been saying, and my recollection of being briefed on this stuff has been accurate for years, and I've never changed my tune. The forensic study arranged by the Blaze News revealed that Kirchhoff is up to a 98% match to the gait of the pipe suspect. The findings were confirmed by several current intelligence sources who viewed the study results. Now, I don't know if that's something that would actually hold up in court or not. It's difficult to say for sure. The source who did the comparison said the software rated the match 94%. He put the figure closer to 96 to 98%, including a combination of human intelligence and software analysis. Samples of Kirchhoff's gait were taken from the January 6th Capitol Police CCTV security video and compared to an unedited video of the hoodie-wearing suspect walking around and through an alley near C Street to place the alleged device behind the Capitol Hill Club at 8:16 p.m. on January 5th, the night before January 6th. Two other sources familiar with the gait analysis who reviewed the video comparison and software analysis told Blaze News that they concurred that the video samples match the gait of the gray hoodie-wearing suspect. Again, this is the gait of, how this person walked. This is, this person, again, to be clear, has not been charged formally of any crimes. Certainly, this is going to warrant further investigation. Many believe that this is, definitive. I don't know. I don't know how this would stand up in court, but it certainly seems like you'd be able to figure out, you'd be able to do some further investigation. The mystery of the devices has hung over J6 for nearly 5 years. The FBI said an unknown subject placed the devices under a park bench at the DNC and at Capitol Hill near the Republican National Committee building between 7:54 and 8:16 p.m. the night before the riot. Discovery of the devices between 12:40 and 1:05 p.m. respectively on J6 drew already depleted police resources away from the Capitol just as a huge crowd breached the grounds at 12:53. A joint session of Congress convened at 1 p.m. to take up challenges to the certification of the Electoral College. Kirchhoff was a Capitol police officer from 2018 to 2021. She was a member of the department's Civil Disturbance Unit and a trained officer on using less than lethal crowd control weapons that were extensively used on the J6 crowd. This is very, very odd. I mean, these were pretty obviously, this is nuts. To me, I'm not immediately convinced that she's guilty, but I certainly would argue she's going to have to answer some questions. You see this, Thomas Massie. America's waking up today to learn that the Capitol Police turned CIA orchestrated the pipe bombs on January 6th, and the FBI has covered it up for 4 years. I questioned FBI Director Ray, ATF Director Dettelbach, and FBI Assistant Director D'Antonio under oath, and they all played dumb. So Thomas Massie is coming out and saying, yes, this was absolutely convincing data. This is, here's, the 94% gate match to Shawnee Kirchhoff looks far more damning when you realize that the FBI traced this individual to the house right next door to hers, within days of January 6th. Investigators linked the address both to a Metro card used by the suspect in a vehicle that picked up the individual on January 5th. Then the FBI reportedly pulled agents, including Kyle Seraphin, off that lead. This looks like a cover-up. Oh, Kyle follows me. Maybe I can DM him about this. This is actually bonkers. Now you see this. Got the call. Well done, Mega Spin Machine. I'm deleting all the pipe bomber stuff until it's confirmed by Cash and Bongino. I mean, there's really not a lot to worry about. I'm not saying that she's automatically guilty. I'm saying that this is more evidence that probably makes, she's obviously worth questioning to get more information. Was the FBI in on it? Was she just going rogue? We already know that there were like a bunch of far leftists in the government and they were a part of the government and a part of a lot of this stuff and continue to be a part of it. So it's difficult to know for a fact. Yesterday I said bookmark this. Today the Blaze drops a bomb about the J6 scooped by the government, including the FBI. So far, no comment from Lewandowski or Johnson. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, obviously, I don't think Kash Patel can really say anything until they go out there and they do an investigation, right? Like, as of right now, the FBI, Dan Bongino, nobody's commented, but I don't think that necessarily means anything. They obviously have to look. They have to look into this before they can really go out and say anything about it. But this is potentially the biggest cover-up in my lifetime. Make sure you keep it locked in here. You subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next update. I'll be on this story all weekend long on this channel. So make sure you subscribe or follow, and we'll talk to you again real soon.